Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. So, definitely didn't know I'd be doing another Picard trivia event today, but I think I'll talk a little bit about the event store while I do this. So yeah, another meta. You're gonna get more of these, whatever the hell those things were called, and get another pool of that chest. Start out with the first question. Picard has met many captains in his lifetime. However, meeting Benjamin Sisko in person was an interesting one. He as in Sisko, lets Picard know he has met him before. On what ship was Sisko on when he first met Picard? Well, that's that Battle of Wolf 359, where he was Locutus. So, A, Saratoga. Going to the Bellis system. Get back out to the game. Search. No idea where Bellis is. I did not set my ships up ahead of time. But I did crew up ahead of time. What were we doing here? Killing a hostile? Who's this guy? Oh, I don't care about that guy. Event store. What you see is what you get. The guy said that. Oh, look, somebody's killing somebody. I did say that the other day. Maybe it was yesterday. More and more content creators are getting on board with that is more of a fact than we think. So, I say it definitely is safe to start getting a few things anyway. You know, other than Hugh. Alright, let's keep doing a trivia. Also, alright, next question. What is Picard's favorite type of tea? Earl Grey. Oh, I saw the answer to that one. Yay! They did it. Oh no, it's crystal. Oh, I thought it was dilithium. They tricked me. Bastards. I thought they finally did us a favor. I should know they weren't going to do us any favors whatsoever. Alright, here's some dilithium, I think. Ha! Dilithium in this system, huh? Okay. Alright, fine. I'll go somewhere else. God forbid. No frickin' dilithium any ass frickin' place in this frickin' stupid galaxy. Where the hell is the frickin' dilithium? Man, screw that. I know where to... Oh, there it was. Right there. I know where to get dilithium real quick. Screw you! Making me run all over the stupid-ass map looking for dilithium. Are we done yet? Okay. Yeah, we're done. Too busy yelling at the game to continue my event store discussion. That's what I get for trying to do two things at once. This one. Which is not one of Picard's famous quotes. Fear is the greatest destroyer. Things are only impossible until they are not. What we leave behind is not as important as how we've lived. Sometimes it's better to be loved than not loved at all. I haven't got a clue which one. They're so unspecific, I think. Discord says D. Okay. I guess I'm not a big Star Trek fan. Back out. Alright, now I find Tritanium. Whatever system that was that I found the Tritanium in. Here we go. Alright. So event store. Usually we have this theory that you get what you can't get or can't be easily gotten outside of an event store. Like, say, for instance, the Vidar. You can get a Vidar through Cosmic Cleanup. As far as I know, you can't get a Mantis through Cosmic Cleanup. And since incursions don't exist anymore, no, I'm not breaking any news, but when was the last time incursions ran successfully? It's no longer an event in my books. And therefore, how do you get to Mantis? Event store. So that should be your priority. If you got one, ignore me and go next. So Mantis is probably the most important thing. And really, it's because incursions probably is never going to run again. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if they were going to fix it, I think they would have fixed it by now. In what TNG episode did Picard first encounter Q? Wasn't it the first one? It was the first one, right? I guess it was Encounter at Farpoint. I don't really remember the name of the episode. It's got to be this one. I don't know the system. Find Preyas. Shouldn't it be Farpoint? They don't have a Farpoint system or whatever system Farpoint's in. Watch, it's probably this one. And I just don't know Star Trek that well. There's a True Temple station. I don't know what that is. No? I think should be system whatever they put Farpoint in, but however. Of course, maybe that's it. I don't know. Event store. So Mantis is number 1. So then what's number 2? I don't recommend, at this point, I don't recommend, the ship currencies or materials or any other of that goofy shit. It's really, at the top of your list should be ship blueprints, especially specialty ship blueprints, and officers. So, because most of these other specialty ships can be gotten elsewhere, I'm thinking officers is probably next. And you've seen me talk about Hugh. Hopefully, people are watching those videos. So Hugh is definitely probably second on the list. But who after Hugh? If anybody. And it was Farpoint. Which one of these actors has not portrayed versions of Jean-Luc Picard? Okay. Well, I don't know who Marcus Nash or David Birkin is. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's James McAvoy because he did, his other character. So let's go find Baron. Okay. Oh. Burn in. Yeah, totally couldn't see that one. So Hugh should definitely be the first officer you get. Now, talk about the officers this way. There's unlocking them, and then there's tiering them up. So, and that's really separate, I think. Who is this guy? He's just going around smashing everybody. All right. I'll deal with him later. Where was I at? Unlocking versus tiering up. Yes, when you get Hugh to higher tiers, he is more useful than tier 1. But, and I've said this before, it's very expensive in the event store. So I'm thinking you go after a few of the other officers that you don't have first. And I will give you my list of the 7 who you should unlock first. Whether you actually want to go unlock them is your choice. I'm just going to tell you my opinion as far as usefulness. And are we done? Yeah. Okay. Oh no, let's go pull this. Let's go do this thing first. No, that's the wrong one. Where's the... Hey, it's in the event store, isn't it? Oh, God. Come on, give me something good. Couldn't I have had event store currency? Alright. Okay. Alright. So, Hugh's number 1 as far as unlock. Which of the 6 should you be going after as far as unlocks next? I think it's tough between Beverly and Dazok. You've seen me do a video on Beverly. I like her officer ability for killing freebooters. I like her below deck ability. Somewhat. I mean, if you can get your crew bonuses, it's great. For more broken parts. So, more broken parts or more crit damage is always good. Dazok, I know some people don't think Assimilate is that useful. And maybe it isn't. But, you think about your PvP battles. How many do you do that are close? Where maybe the person you're fighting has another 500,000 power, or they're just a little bit better than you. If he agrees that Dazok isn't useful, but you think he is useful, and you're using him on your ship, you're going to start beating him now. Assimilate's going to diminish your opponent's officer abilities. He absolutely can turn the tide in a close battle. Absolutely. Especially if you go with Goza and Borg Queen also below decks. Now, are you going to win the battle? I don't know. There's a lot of calculations that go into it. But he certainly is very useful in PvP. Well, maybe not very. He's definitely useful. We'll just go with that. He's definitely useful. So I think I'm going to go Hugh 1, Beverly 2, Dazok 3. No. So one of these 3. I think I'm going to go with Goza because he's a mitigation one. When you get it assimilate on your opponent, gives you increased mitigation. Yes, it's a very small amount. I know it's a small amount. It stacks every round though. So if you got a 6-round PvP battle going, you put assimilate on in the second round, the last 5 rounds, he's stacking. he's stacking the mitigation. So if you're going with, like, say, Battleship Strike Team, what doesn't Battleship Strike Team have? Mitigation. Or piercing to go along with those many shots. So I think Goza and Borg Queen are next. Then we'll go with Galinar and Picard's last, only because he's super niche, very expensive for being an epic officer. Now, as far as tiering these officers up, I'm not going to go with Hugh first. I'm going to go with the PvP. I'm going to say Dazok for tiering up for a few reasons. One, he's a rare officer, so he's cheaper. You know, if you're going from 4 to 5, you're going from tier 4 to tier 5, it's probably not cheap to buy in an event store. But if you're going from tier 1 to tier 2, it's pretty cheap. Then I'll go with Beverly. Then I think I want to go with these three, about the same. And then, Picard. Yes, his ability increases, but expensive, very niche. All right. Try to get this in here quick. I know we're running really long here, but it's not a full event store video. Mantis, I think, is... Yeah, I said that. Mantis is number 1. Quit saying the same thing over and over again. Really, I think the only other thing, as far as ship blueprints, is Vidar. Because you want to get up to the Vidar A. Yes, you want a Meridian, but it's not that necessary. I mean, by all means, please get one. But is a Meridian in Cosmic Cleanup? I don't remember. Because I have 2 Meridians and I don't use the second one. Believe it or not, like, faction miners don't do terribly on Isogen. They really don't. They're not great, but they have high protected cargo, which is why I like them. I mean, the Vidar, probably Meridian. Discovery's nice, but I know Discovery is in Cosmic Cleanup. Second Stella is always useful. No, because it has an event. Actually, probably from this. That's what I wanted to say. Do not waste event store currency on the Franklin. As far as I'm concerned, the Franklin and the Franklin A are obsolete. You don't need them anymore. It's not like the Mantis or the Vidar Talios, where the refinery won't populate without the ship. The refinery will populate because your dailies populate. And I know because I went a whole damn year without a Franklin and I killed the shit out of some swarms. Now it's back, what didn't exist back then? No Tendi, no Mariner, no exocomps. How many researchers didn't exist back then? You can absolutely do all your swarms up to 38 or whatever it is, and then unlock Swarm Sweep, and then go kill freebooters for the dailies. Don't spend anything on the Franklin. Don't spend event store currency. Don't spend Cosmic Cleanup currency on the Franklin. Sure, it's a nice ship. It worked fine. You don't need it anymore. All right. Done for today. Very quick, very easy trivia. And yes, I need to wrap this up because I'm about to get yelled at. I like the Picard trivia event. Comment below. Hopefully you do too. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.